Okay, today is another opportunity where I get to take the tips that I've been sharing with you, the mistakes that are aging you, and show you in real life how to apply them to yourself so that you're not making them and you can really see them in action. And I do that through a makeover. Yes, today is another makeover. And heads up, I brought you to one of my favorite places in the entire world. Well, one of my favorite places near where I live. And it is pretty epic. Are you ready to see it? Yeah, let's check it out. Pretty amazing, right? I know, this place is incredible. Okay, so this is how this is gonna go. I'm going to introduce you to a really amazing lady, and then once we go through a consultation and we break down what's gonna work the best for her, we're going to go back into the back room. We're gonna talk about how to make her cut work best for her, how to make her color work best for her, and then we're gonna do that. And hopefully she likes it, because if she doesn't, it's gonna get real awkward. Okay, well, why don't we go meet Ramona?
I'm Ramona Locken. I'm from Vancouver, Washington. I am a director of growth for Real Living. So I do real estate, and I do real estate coaching and recruiting.
Tell us a little bit about your hair. What are you thinking? What's going on?
Well, okay, so it's been many, many months, like 6, 7 months since I've had any professional attention done on it. What's down here is a bad highlight job that I had probably 3 or 4 years ago. So it's just gotten out of hand.
Has there ever been anything before that was too short for you?
The one, I guess, length that doesn't do well for me is that kind of mid bob.
How do you like your length right now?
I like the playfulness of some of it. You know, like sometimes when it brushes against your shoulder, it's like, oh, that's kind of sexy. But then I catch glimpses of myself in the mirror, and I was like, oh, I feel like it's really pulling me down and making me look older.
The morning styling routine, what does that look like?
So I only wash my hair like once every 3 days. The day I wash my hair, I'll usually hot iron it, so it has more of like a sleek, long sleek look. Okay. And then the next day or 2 is when I'll curl it.
Do you use any gels, mousses, styling aids, anything like that? When you typically don't use product, does it feel like I get a fine result out of it, I don't really need anything else?
Yeah.
Okay. Does it seem like you have a lot of layers right now, or not a lot? Or?
This is just, obviously, it has just grown out.
Okay. Are you feeling like you, even in a perfect world, would get it longer than it is now?
No.
Okay. Is it starting to feel like it's just in the rough of too long?
Yes. Yeah. I'm in my early 50s. So there's always that question of what's too long for what age? Is that even a thing? I've gotten myself confused over what's good for where I am now in this stage of life.
That's a great question, actually, and it's something that we could really hit on because it's really based on the person more than anything. Face shape, what you want to do with your hair, what you feel comfortable in, what you're going to like, what you're dated, like all of the things. Because to me, that's going to make more sense than just saying, okay, you're 50, time to go to a bob,
right,
or time to go short. Like, I don't agree with that in any way.
What are some of your hobbies besides children and work?
Yeah. So I do hiking. I like to get out and work out, or doing some stand-up paddleboarding now, or getting out kayaking, and kind of an active lifestyle.
Do you wear your hair up and back a lot?
It depends on what I'm doing. You know, but during the week, I don't like to wear my hair up, but I'm wearing it up a lot now because I don't know what to do.
What percentage of gray would you say you have?
It seems like it's pretty salt and peppered.
What color would you describe yourself when you were a child?
It's a dark brown.
Would you say it was a mousy brown or a warm brown?
More of a warm brown.
What is your alter ego?
A blonde. I've gotten highlights, but I've never taken the steps of going blonde.
How did you like the highlights?
I loved them.
What is one of the most important things about your hair, the health of your hair?
I like the shine. Yeah.
What volume do you want your color to speak for you? Would you want it to whisper, talk, or scream?
Talk.
Well, let's go talk, and then we'll figure it out.
Okay.
Awesome.
Oh, and by the way, if you're new to me, my name is Justin Hickox. Yeah, oddly enough, I do hikes, but I also have been doing hair for 25 years, so I share tips, how to do your hair at home, et cetera, et cetera. So if that's important to you, you're gonna wanna make sure to hit that subscribe button. So yeah, go ahead and do that now. Okay, let's go. Okay, so what do you think we should do with Ramona?
Well, she's very striking.
Yes.
So when I look at her eyes, you can see how bright they are, but you have to look for them. I think her hair color is competing with her skin tone. You can see how it brings out a little bit more orangey undertone.
Definitely.
Where she's actually cool. And so I think if we just cool down her brunette just a little bit. I like the highlights that she has in the bottom, but again, they're too orange. So I'm thinking if we went in and did like micro lights and then tone that out to be much cooler.
That'll be a lot safer too, because she said there's a lot of color history there.
Right.
Dyes, like permanent dyes. So just to be safe in terms of getting the end color that you're looking for with the least amount of damage, which is going to help with the idea of trying to keep things more keeping things more youthful, because healthy, shiny hair always kind of lends itself to the illusion of more youthful.
Exactly.
And I was thinking, as far as the cut goes, right about in here is where I feel like everything below that is too much. The rounded line is not a bad thing. Like, I don't think we need to go blunt with it, but it's a little too V'd right now.
Yeah, it makes me just kind of thump.
It brings the eye down.
It's so heavy down, yeah.
So I think bringing that up a little bit, giving it a little bit more strength, but also getting some of those ends off. There's a lot of layering from here down, you can see, and there's nothing from here up. And all that does is create more of this triangular shape that brings, again, the eye down versus lifting the eye up. You can see it in the front, too.
Right.
And then bangs.
I agree.
Like some shorter pieces, like not a heavy bang, but something to just draw more emphasis to her eyes, one, but also just break her face up a little bit more, and again, like bring more emphasis to cheek structure versus just width in cheeks.
Yes.
And stop pulling it down. Right now, this is all just straight down.
Exactly.
Because one of the things she did say is she likes the idea of having that little bit of length, because it gives it a little bit more of a sexy feel, and she wants to have that little bit of playfulness, I think, in overall. Yeah. Let's do it. Okay, so we've got the color done, we've got the cut done. Now we're gonna move into drying it. So I kind of want to walk you through the process of what we would do, or what I would recommend for you to do when you style it. You've got fine texture of hair, you just have a lot of it. It's really easy for that kind of hair to get very heavy very quickly, hence the reason for layering and all that good stuff. But with that said, having a little bit of product for some foundational volume is a good thing. First thing first, I'm gonna put just a little bit of this fat hair in there. So it's just a little bit, gives you kind of an idea. I'm starting kind of in the back, then I'll work my way forward, and I'll really just kind of concentrate on the areas where I want to see a little bit of root lift. So some of that right around the very front, right around the part line, and then in the crown. This is a smoothing agent, so we will put this in from mid shafts to ends. Just work this. Now, any like lotion style smoothing agent is gonna function well for this. Then what you're gonna do at home is, if you're gonna dry your hair and round brush it, you're just gonna tilt your head upside down. It's the easiest way to create root lift, and it's gonna give us a good foundation, and it's a fast way to dry your hair. Now we've got it basically dry. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna get it, now you can feel it. There's a little bit of moisture to it, but it's pretty close to being dry. A lot of people will tell you that if you're gonna round brush hair, you need to round brush it from wet to dry. I usually don't, and I get just as good a result. So get the moisture out first, leave it about 10% dampness in it, and then take the round brush to it. The key with the round brush is you're going to take a section, you're gonna put the round brush in the section, and then the key is to continue moving, but most importantly, to have this airflow down, not at or perpendicular to the hair. So you don't wanna put it in and do this. You wanna lift your elbow up and come down. Now, if you wanna see a video I did all about how to round brush it, I'm gonna go ahead and link that right here. It's gonna tell you all about how to round brush your hair the right way. The other key is trying to continue moving the round brush. So you're gonna try to continue doing this. What you're not gonna do is this, and then up like this, okay? So what that's gonna look like is this, okay? Or you at home, it's gonna look like this, right? And so you're gonna round brush just these ends in the front, And you're really gonna pay attention to round brushing these ends so you smooth them out, but more importantly, you wanna get a little bit of bend. But notice I'm not doing this, right? It's a quick way to get this thing stuck in your hair. It'd be awesome. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish this, and then we'll come back and we'll talk about what happened. And?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
How do you like it?
I love it.
You like it?
I love it. Yeah, this is amazing. It's like, I could cry almost. It's really cool.
It's the color is epic, and I love it because when we were talking about it, we were talking about how sometimes subtle changes can make a large impact, and I feel like that's what it is. It's subtle. The color doesn't scream, but it's such a huge difference being cooler than taking out that warmth. I mean, it's like, look how much your eye. I mean,
Yeah,
your eyes
I was
are.
gonna say, I feel like my skin looks younger
Yes,
now than
I
when it
agree.
was.
It's,
Yeah.
it's beautiful.
Yeah.
What would you want to do with the color? What was your big deal with the color? What was your goal?
My goal was not to change it a lot. I love the darkness, but there was just so much gold, and the gold competed. It stole from your eyes and your skin tone. You know, you have the finer hair like Justin was saying, but you have a lot of it. So if we didn't do any highlights, it might look a little wiggier. And so we did the highlights in there just to break it up, and it adds more energy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks rich. It looks like it's healthy. It looks shiny, which I love.
There's a ton of shine in it, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, even underneath, I can see shine, which is nice. It's like it's shiny where the light's not even touching it, almost.
Yeah.
I love your cut. It's so,
Yeah.
it's like so classic, but retro too.
Well, the main goal was just like we said, there was so much heaviness to it, but we wanted to lighten it up a bit just so that you get some more play and some more movement. I think the big thing is lightening up this around here and the bangs. Just giving you a little softness so that, let's say you wanted to pull it back, same kind of thing, you could pull this up, do something kind of, you know, messy, have some pieces down, and it's still gonna be a very youthful, fun, you know, attractive, soft look on you, but still allows you to have it down, have some movement, get some more texture.
Yeah.
You like it?
I love it.
You're the
I
one that
love
actually has to
Yeah.
like it.
Thank you.
Fantastic. You're so welcome. Thank you.
Yeah. This is
Love,
okay.
love.
I'll be back.